Hey guys, my name is Max Aschoff. I'm driving Praga R1 Turbo for Team Edeka Racing Aschoff, and we're competing this season in the DMV GTC and Dutch Supercar Challenge this weekend. We're owning this car now since I think the last 1.5 years. We started with track days and we didn't want to do races at all in the first place. We just want to get a race car and to get the experience to do track days and all the other stuff. And it turned out that this car is nearly perfect for that because you have really low running costs. The car is absolutely amazingly fast and it's really easy to handle. You're running the car with 2 mechanics, like for a whole racing series now. If you just want to do track days, for example, we did it with 2 persons, like my father and me, and we did it without mechanics. We do all the stuff at the home, at the workshop, and you can run a whole day without any other guys who are working at the car, and it's perfect for that. The technique inside of the car it's pretty simple for a race car like that. If you see for the performance, it's really easy to handle. You do not need a lot of mechanics. You can do like nearly all the adjustment by yourself. And after doing track days for like half of a year, we decided that we want to go racing. It's just great for that, and we decided to do it, and we get all the support from Praga we need. We always get spare parts, it's absolutely no problem. And now I think we did 9 race weekends now with the car, starting last year and this year the first full season. And as you can see, the car is still running. We also had some absolutely great races. For example, we competed in Dijon, and we were able to win our 2 races on a really good amateur series. And yeah, as you can see here, we're also driving with the factory car of Praga. So you're really in touch with the guys who develop the car, who care for the car. You can talk to the factory driver and learn so many things about the car. And that's what I really like about Praga. It's not that you have a big company or a really big company where you do not get in touch with the people who develop the car. So you're just standing side by side with the guys. You can talk to them, you can learn about it. The guys are developing the car like the whole season. There's progress all the time, and it's not standing still and stopping with the progress you made. It's still moving on and on and on. The car is getting faster and faster and faster. If we take, for example, the racetrack in Hockenheim, it's basically our main racetrack we race on. And when you take our car, we made such a progress during 1 year with all the updates we got, like electrical sync, mechanical sync. I think we got now like 2 seconds in 1 season just out of the development of the guys. To come back to the car itself, it's pure racing. You do not have like traction control or ABS. It's just like racing should be. You really have to drive the car. There's nothing inside which can help you, but it's not really a problem because the car itself, the setup is so neutral. It's easy to learn on it. It's not dangerous. The car tends slightly to understeer, which is really good for an unexperienced driver who's not in danger if he drives the car. But it's also good for someone who's a lot more experienced because you can slightly do some adjustment and the car moves into the direction you want to have it. So it's a good car to start racing on an aerodynamic car like that, but it's also good for someone who still has a lot of experience and wants to move on and gets faster and faster and faster. And if you can see here, for example, all the parts on the floor, it's the bodywork of the car. It looks really cool. You know, it looks professional, but it's also totally easy to handle. If you look at the both body parts of the rear, it's split into 2 parts. There's one main reason for that. If you're running the car with just 1 mechanic, if you have like one really big thing, if it would be 1 piece over here, you couldn't remove it with 1 guy. But it's split into 2 or 3 parts. You can handle it with just 1 guy, and he can take care about the whole car. And that's really good for track days or other stuff when you want to run the car with low coast and not a whole team. Okay, now we're going to have a brief look into the cockpit of the car. If you just look over here, it looks like a really race car. You can see all the carbon stuff and carbon fiber. And to be honest, it's really comfortable. You sit inside, the seats are matched to your body. It's really nice to sit in. Here you have the steering wheel, the main part for the driver. You see a lot of buttons over here and switches. But it's pretty simple. You have all the stuff you need. You have like the pit limiter, the rain button for the rain light, neutral button. You have the radio. You can talk to the team all the time if your mechanics want to give you advice or want to have you in the pit lane. You have the light button. It's like a high beam that you can flash other cars to see. You have the page button, you can just switch what's on your screen to see all the different parameters you need to watch as a driver over the time. You can have a traction control or just do it for the whipper like it is in this car. So if you talk to the Praga guys, they will do the car just as you want to have it. It's really fitted to the driver. And you have different engine mappings, so you can just do whatever you want to. You can get a rain mapping that the car is not so aggressive. You can have like a race mapping, a qualifying mapping, or just a mapping for training that the car is running really, really long and you don't have to worry that the gearbox, for example, is getting worse or something else. If you just have a look at the car, it seems like you not really have a good view as a driver, but that's not true. When you're sitting inside, for a prototype car like this, the view is really good. You can see slightly see your tires on the right and the left, so you can always see where your car is positioned on the track, but you still have a great view in the front. You can look really far and it's nice to drive. And if you look down to the pedals are really close together because you're braking on the left feet in this car. It's not compared to a street legal car where you brake with your right feet. So you always keep your feet side by side, and you can brake with the left foot. If you learn it, it's really more comfortable. That's what I felt. I was driving cars before where you also brake with the right feet, but I like this a lot more, and especially the shifting in this car, it's great. You just leak the clutch for starting the car in the first gear and to get out of the pit lane, and afterwards you just have you just do the pedal shifting and it's really fast. It's like you just touch it and the gear is inside. It's amazing, and the sound inside the car, it feels like pure racing if you're driving this car.